Hello guys, Brad here again with another fragrance review. Today let's look at a fragrance from the house of Tumi, the luggage company that has put out several fragrances, and this one is called Kinetic. And picture of the bottle inside there, and a 2 ml spray sample, and wore this at work today. Inside the card it says, refined, seductive, and powerful. This fragrance is pushed to an extreme concentration level, featuring a patented anti-habituation technology that makes it ultra long-lasting. So yeah, fans of long-lasting fragrances will appreciate that patented technology, I suppose. Came out in 2022. Top notes are listed as pimento leaf, amberwood, and Italian mandarin. Middle notes of nutmeg, olibanum, and immortelle. And in the base, we have sandalwood, teakwood, smoke, and vanilla. I was looking at this note breakdown, and I was kind of impressed by some of the notes there, especially the pimento leaf, because I figured that would give it that fiery red aspect. And definitely you see that the bottle design certainly appears to be marketed as a red fragrance, and I've tried many red fragrances over the years, and I usually enjoy my red fragrances. This one seems to get the redness from that spicy pimento leaf accord, even though leaf doesn't usually have as much spice as the actual pepper itself, I would think. So yeah, for me it's not a real fiery red fragrance. It's very subtly red here, just barely enough to make it even what I would call a red fragrance. In the smoke here, I don't get a lot of smoke here. It's not really that smoky. What I do get a lot of is that amberwood. And amberwood is a note that I've been encountering quite a bit lately in my fragrance journey. And I'm not a big fan of it. I normally refer to fragrances with a heavy amberwood accord as part of that bubblegum brigade. Usually throws up a red flag, which is interesting because this is a red fragrance. So yeah, I usually get like a red flag. Beware of the bubblegum brigade when I get the amberwood. And certainly here, I do get a little bit of that sweet, slightly bubblegummy woodiness there. The pimento leaf, maybe a touch of red spiciness here, but not a whole lot. Certainly some sweetness, which I say comes from the amberwood, and maybe that vanilla in the base. So not a whole lot to get excited about here, in my opinion. I've seen a lot of other reviewers that seem to think otherwise. I've heard a lot of people say comparisons with Dior Sauvage, which I guess is quite a compliment for a fragrance. Some people say Dior Sauvage with a cherry note. There's no cherry listed, but some people for some reason perceive cherry here. Really, I don't get what I would consider a defined cherry smoke, a note here. Yeah, just pretty much the amberwood, maybe a little bit of a spicy redness from the pimento leaf, maybe a touch of the mandarin orange, but doesn't really impress me that much. I was wearing this at work today, and at about the 7 or 8 hour mark, a patient said, "Hey, you smell good today," so I was kind of impressed that they were able to pick up on it at that point. So yeah, I guess the projection longevity is certainly one of the highlights of this fragrance. Not very unique or different, in my opinion, even though pimento leaf isn't probably a fragrance note that's going to pop up all over the place. But yeah, if you're a fan of amberwood, that sort of bubblegummy woodiness era of the modern fragrance era, you'll probably enjoy this one. Definitely check it out first before you buy it. It shouldn't be too hard to find samples of this one for under $10. Check it out. Don't splurge on the full retail before you know what you're getting into. A lot of people are loving this one, but me, I was kind of underwhelmed because of the amberwood note that gives it that kind of youthful, sweet, bubblegummy smell. A lot of people say this has mature vibes. Some people say it smells like an old lady. So I'm not even sure what to think about that. All over the place from different reviewers on the age group. I would say more of a youthful smell to my nose. Final scores, the smell 6 out of 10. Not a fan of amberwood, and this one doesn't change my opinion of that. Projection longevity, 9 out of 10. Probably get 8 to 10 hours. Full day of smelling like amberwood with this one. Versatility, 6.5 out of 10. Definitely will work in cooler weather like today, or maybe even in warmer weather. You cut back a little bit on your application, it could still work. Uniqueness, I'll say 5 out of 10, because there's so many of these amberwood type fragrances sort of flooding the market right now. This one's not much different than those, and it's kind of expensive too. I'm seeing 3.4 ounce bottles at about $125, so you might have an easier time finding an amberwood fragrance at a discounter from a different fragrance house, maybe even like a Spice Bomb line or something like that. I think they have an amberwood fragrance. What's the other one? Polo Club, Ralph Club, or something. Yeah, for me, 6 out of 10. A little youthful, sweet amberwood, a touch of redness from the mandarin and the pimento leaf. Nothing too exciting to my nose. But check it out if you're a fan of red fragrances, if you're a fan of amberwood fragrances. See what you think. Kinetic from the house of Tumi. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.